All right, this is going to be Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. We're going to have some little blues jamming in this as well. So let's look at the basic kind of rhythm on this. We're going to have... So it's basically you got these top three threes. This is a B flat chord. You're going to go twice on that and then bring in this ring finger to the 5th fret. So it ends up being like 5, 3, 3. And then you go back to the threes. So it's like a... That's one set of this. So we got... Okay, so you do like 8 sets of that for a verse, and you come up here to the 8th fret. Do that 4 times, and then back 4 times. Then we're gonna jump up here to the 10th fret. Do that 4 times. Now a lot of blues tunes would go like down to that lower one there, that 5 chord to the 4 chord. This one just does that 5 chord 4 times and goes back to B flat. Okay, so that's a whole verse. Let's look at that again. So we got 8 times on this B flat. We'll do it nice and slow. 3 and 4 and... Four more. Let's jump up to that 8th fret. 3, 4. Okay, so that was that 4 times. We're back here. 3, 4. And then we're way up to the 10. 4 times. Back to B flat. Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. And now we could also do some jamming on this. So think about your minor pentatonic, little blues scale there. So that'd be 8. You could use the 6 too, but the 8 is the root note. 8, then 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 9. And as you're gonna see, we can add some notes into this. Chuck Berry added a lot of these riffs too. So you have this little hammer you can do. You could do 6s and 8s into 10. You get that major pentatonic for B flat. You could also do the notes of the minor with the majors. You get your flat 5th there. We got this little major note from the B flat major chord there. So how about that? I'll do the rhythm for like a verse, and you guys go ahead and do a jam on that, or you can play the rhythm with me. 2, 3, and... Going up. Back. Turn around. Back. Let's do that again. Going up. Back. Turn around. Okay, now let's get into the intro of the tune and all of Chuck Berry's classic riffs up there. So we got... That's our first riff. So we're going to slide from the 6 to the 7 real quick with the middle finger on the G string. 6, 8 on the 2nd. And then we're going these 5s into the 6s on the bottom 2. So it's a quick slide and then 2 more sets of the 6s. So that's actually 3 times through of that. So it's like... 2nd, 3rd. So that last time we hit the 6s, we go 9 on the 2nd, 8, 6, and then we go do that little hammer on that 6 to 7 to the 8 down there. So the whole thing in the beginning we got. Now we're gonna hit the top 2 here, the 8 and the 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So that's like a whole measure of just those 2 notes. And then we have a... So this one's a quick 6 to 7 again, and then 6, 8, 6 on the 2nd. Slide the 7 to 5. and then 3 to 5 over here. So we got. Okay, then we start the Chuck Berry bending thing, but we're not going to really be able to bend this, so we're going to slide these notes. So we're going to go. So it's a quick 4 to 6 on the second string, followed by another 6. So it's bump, dee, bump, dee, bump, dee, bump, dee, bump, dee. And we kind of do 2 sets of that. So it's like, every now and again it'll hit a little 2 6s as a chord down there. Do it again. And then this last one we're going to have. So this one kind of holds that slide for just a quick second, and then we go little 6, 9, 8, 6, and then little 8, 6. So it's. And then 9, 8, 6 again, 8 here, and then the hammer on. 6, 6, 9. Okay, so let's run that all again. We got the. So when we hit this, we go. You hit that hammer on quick, you kind of hold it for a second. And we get into a 6, 6, 9, 8, 6, and then 2 of these slides again. And then 8, hammer, 8. So that's a lot going on. I'll do that one more time. We got. Okay, and I got the tab for that, so check that out. And then we got the rhythm. We got. So this is a verse. 4 chord, 8th fret. That's the E flat. We'll go back to B flat. And then we got the F chord, 10th fret. We'll go back to B flat. Go, go. We're going to slide into this 10 and 9 on the 3rd and 2nd strings. And we end up going to the 11 on the 2nd string as another chord there. Da 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 dee. Then you keep strumming, go. And then you switch chords, go. Same riff. So you kind of hit the chord once, and then you got this riff, and then you kind of got to fill out the space of the chord after that riff. So it's like go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, switch chords, go. That you just do the chord. Now we have another thing we have. Okay, so it starts the same as the beginning, and then we get into the 6s. Now we're gonna go 6s and then 8s and then 6s, but hammering into the 7 to the 8. So it's. And if you find that too difficult to get those chords, you could do these single notes here, do the chord down here, and then 8, and then hammer to the 8. But if you can get the chords, it sounds bigger, so it's like. So we do that riff twice in a row, then we start going faster. And the last one goes dum, 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 dum. Okay, so once again on that breakdown. And then you pick up on that. Turn around. Ba-dum, 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 bum. With an open and a 3. Okay, so once again we got 3, 4. All right, Johnny Be Good. Let's have another jam with the blues one more time before we're done here. 2, 3, and. All right, check out Jimi Hendrix's live version of Johnny Be Good if you haven't heard it. It is quite excellent. So Chuck Berry, all right, the blues. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all soon.